So, Tyson Fury knocks out Dillian Whyte in the 6th round at Wembley Stadium to retain his WBC World Heavyweight title. And for me, cemented his place as one of the best heavyweight boxers of all time. And I'll tell you for why. For over these 6 rounds at Wembley, he dismantled, negated everything that Dillian Whyte had to offer. Every professional fighter has a game plan, of course. Well, we hope they do when they go into a fight. But great fighters can make adjustments. They can make them on the fly and execute them. In round 1, Dillian Whyte came out as a southpaw. No one expected that. No one saw that coming. Now, I'm guessing there could have been a few reasons why he did this. One was, I guess, the element of surprise. It would have given Dillian a chance to ease his way into the fight, for in the past he's often been a slow starter. Just that extra distance, the constant touching of the orthodox and the southpaw lead hands, just gives you an opportunity just to ease your way into the fight. Now, another reason could be that Whyte's team thought if Whyte could gain lead foot dominance, that's where a southpaw's lead foot, his right, pairing up against an orthodox fighter's lead foot, his left, the southpaw fighter tries to get his lead foot outside of his opponent's lead foot. And they call that lead foot dominance. Now, if Dillian could get into place to put his right foot outside of Tyson's left, it would put him in perfect position to land that lethal left hook and some body shots. But Fury wasn't going to play that game. He adjusted immediately. He maintained the distance between himself and Whyte with that jab, not letting Dillian get into any sort of range or rhythm. Then Fury started stepping over to his own right side, superbly coming on and off the line, making the slow-footed Whyte constantly move and having to adjust and not letting Whyte set his feet. Now, if you're an orthodox fighter and you step over to your right, it's very, very difficult not to stand there and square up. So to move like that and constantly be in balance, not square up, and constantly be in balance to throw your own shots is a superb art. And look at Fury in that first round. Not once was he not in a position to throw a punch. But in the second round, Dillian Whyte comes out in his normal orthodox stance. Now, one of the commentators said that Dillian was much better in the orthodox stance than he was in the southpaw stance. Well, Fury didn't give him any room, any chance to perform in that southpaw stance at all. Completely shut him down. So Whyte comes out for the second round in that orthodox stance. And what does Fury do? He changes to southpaw, I think for the first 40 seconds. And if you look at Fury's lead hand, it's right out and he's keeping Whyte even further at bay than Whyte was in the first round. So I don't think it was ever Fury's plan to fight any of that fight southpaw. But what he's saying is a big screw you. He's playing head games with Whyte. And after that first round, and 40 seconds of the second round, then Tyson had Dillian Whyte in his pocket. So we are back to Tyson maintaining the distance, the space between himself and Whyte with that lethal jab. Whyte cannot get into range, and Fury is just starting to get into a rhythm. And once Fury gets into a rhythm, it's all over. So it's a jab, double jab, jab, right hand, and Fury keeps changing up the rhythm, constantly changing up the rhythm. And should Whyte get close, Fury just leans back or ties him up. All this coupled with a constant Fury movement, slightly changing angles, again not letting Dillian set his feet, you know what's going to happen. Whyte's going to get frustrated, he's going to get tired, and he's going to make a big mistake. And that's exactly what happened. Fury keeping that uppercut under wraps until the moment he needs to release it. We all know that the uppercut is Whyte's Achilles heel, and that's pure boxing genius from Tyson Fury to save it just for the right moment. So for me, I feel the only heavyweight out there at the moment who can remotely trouble Tyson Fury is Usyk. And that would be a chess match. That would be a classic fight. But again, I see Tyson adjusting to anything that Usyk can throw at him and winning either comfortably on points, wearing Usyk down, or knocking the Ukrainian out. But anyway, a great night at Wembley, and I hope everyone listening really enjoyed that fight.